I'm Heyzeus, and in this video, we're going to be looking at a rare pattern Valve accidentally added to CS2, which is now selling for crazy prices, has become controversial, may or may not be being manipulated, and also may end up breaking one of the oldest and most iconic parts of the entire skins market. And it also looks absolutely badass. Let's get into it. Now, this video is not sponsored, but if you could leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, that'd be hugely appreciated. Also, I have an affiliate link in the description. Use it to support this channel. The Dopplers, Counter-Strike's most legendary type of knife. Part of the reason CS2's creation was such a nightmare for Valve is that they had to port all the skins over. It would not have been a fun job, and in the process of converting everything over to the new game, one particular set of skins was completely broken, and this set of skins was the Doppler knives. Now, ordinary Dopplers are only slightly broken. Yes, sapphires have been cut by phase 4s, rubies are kind of orange, and black pearls look like completely different knives, but at least they're still recognizable as Dopplers. Then there's Gamma Dopplers. No, I haven't mixed up the image, this is a Gamma Doppler. So Gamma Dopplers, on the other hand, came out of the wash a different color. The worst offender is definitely the emeralds. Some of these are just outright embarrassing to use in game now, but in general this finish may as well be an entirely different skin at this point. And after logging into CS2 for the first time and staring in horror at what had happened to their $15,000 knife, people thought to themselves, well, there's no way Valve won't fix this. I mean, come on, seriously? But Valve never fixed these skins. For over half a year now, Gamma Dopplers have stubbornly remained being whatever the fuck these things are. And as people came to terms with the fact that their emeralds were going to look shit forever, they also started having a closer look at some of the other phases. One of the common complaints about skins is that it's been literally 8 years since we got new knife finishes. Valve has been blue-balling the community for over 2/3 of this game's lifespan, but in a bizarre way, when you really think about it. Aren't the Gamma Dopplers kind of like a new finish? And one particular phase quickly started standing out, and that would be the phase 1. Now, conveniently, as I was writing this video, a guy on Twitter called Avenger actually did some comparison shots and tagged me in it. Thank you, bud, that has made my life here much easier. So this is the phase 1 in CSGO, the knife we know and love, and this is the same knife in CS2. As you can see, there is a slight visual change here. Now, this is the same knife when it's in the shade, just in my inventory inspect. As you can see, it is a little bit different out of the sun, but it is still a very, very blue knife. And the thing about blue knives in Counter-Strike is that they're expensive. And when people realized Valve had just accidentally added another all-blue knife to the game, well, suddenly there was a ton of interest and controversy. So the skin was first noticed back in November 2023 by a YouTuber called Slade. After spending ages checking these things out in inspect servers, he named them Diamond Gems and created a detailed guide to the skin. The phase 1 isn't exclusively blue, it has purple and green on its texture file, and only a relatively small number of pattern IDs are 100% blue, perfect for a market of high tier collectibles. But patterns don't just exist because someone says they do and made a guide on them. The rest of the community needs to agree on it for it to be real. Some patterns, like Black Pearl fades, never got that agreement. Some people said they existed, other people said Black Pearl owners were just making shit up so they could sell their skins for more money. And the argument was only settled when Valve literally deleted the fade patterns from CS2. And at first, Diamond Gems didn't get that much attention, they weren't very widely known about. But that would eventually start to change. How do you know when a pattern has actually caught on? Well, it's when people start putting their money where their mouth is and shilling out for it in an absolutely insane way. Now, there were some private sales very early on, some people saw an opportunity and tried to get in early, but the first signs, publicly, that something stupid was about to happen was when Tier 1 diamonds started selling for almost 6,000 USD on Buff. This is about 2.5 times the normal market price for these things, and it clearly showed something was up. Now, the floodgates weren't opened immediately, it was still fairly low key, but midway through April, things abruptly started to change as new sales started happening, with the prices for low float diamond gems quickly shooting up to as much as $7,000 and even $8,000. And this then led to people trying to snipe high tier patterns wherever they could, with some success, but this also meant even more demand for the pattern, lending credence to the idea that it's a real thing in the first place. But is this legit? Shocking as it may be, Counter-Strike players are not beyond manipulating the price of an item, or the entire skin economy sometimes, especially in the case of China. Something like 71 tier 1s exist. This thing is going to be very susceptible to manipulation. Is this actually the birth of a new pattern, or is it just a trap for suckers who are going to be left holding the bag? Not everyone is necessarily buying into the idea this is even a real pattern. After all, like all patterns, it is literally just something someone invented. But there is signs of broader interest from the community, because tier 2 and tier 3 diamond gems are actually starting to sell for overpay, which is pretty strong evidence of wider acceptance. However, this pattern probably isn't done dividing people, because while it may look amazing, it is also the skin equivalent of a massive steaming dump on the very concept of blue gems. As you're probably aware, white blue knives are already a thing in Counter-Strike, and people pay massive amounts of money to get them. This 387 here, for example, is worth $1 million. But what's the point of a 387 when the 606 looks better and is only a fraction of the cost? Valve have actually gone to lengths to make sure light blue knives weren't a thing in the past aside from case hardens, but this principle has apparently been thrown out of the window with the jump to CS2, and now the average player has a much better and much more affordable alternative. And if these things keep on getting hype, which I think they will because they look fucking amazing, there is going to be more controversy. Anyone who's invested a ton into case hardens has every reason to hate it. And they will hate them if these knives start seriously undermining their collector's pieces. And it's all because Valve seems to have fucked up this knife somehow when they converted it to a new game and don't care enough to fix it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.